right, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Hetland here, Rodeo Round Up, backstage, Rodeo Live. We've been hanging out 10 days.
How many days?
Too many.
162 days.
Man, oh man. You know, we hang out at the BBR, but right back here we're doing stage set shows, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
You got a brand new deal, and they're doing a TV show part of this now, and on RFD TV. And I know it's been taped a couple years, but some great guests.
Yeah, really. We're, I don't know if we can say we've been working on being on TV. We did a couple years ago, came in and talked about it. Just never came up. I think it was too difficult. Las Vegas Events has got a lot going on. But when RFD TV came into FanFest, became a big part of it, 6 hours of programming a day, my show was a part of that. So now I'm kind of hooked on it. The whole TV thing, it's given people an opportunity back home to see what we do here and see what goes on besides the rodeo. That's been a big thing we've been emphasizing on the radio and RFD TV, is how much other stuff is going on, and this just shows them what goes on. What I've seen is there's people rolling in at the end of the week that watched the show at the beginning of the week at home, and now they're looking for it. So it's helped us a lot.
You know, and you've had some great guests on the show, but we're going to go away from the show and away from FanFest for a while and talk about the first 9 nights of the National Finals. There's been some really great things, and there's been some very controversial things, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know, you and I, all of us sit back here and talk about those controversial things, so I don't know if people at home, I don't think we shed light on controversial things. It's so untouchable in this sport. Maybe that's what keeps it good, but it also holds it back just a little, because that's what gets people talking. There was a night a guy missed a horse out that I didn't think he did when I looked at replay. There's no replay here, so it doesn't matter. Some things, you know, Shane Proctor had a reride. He's a world champion, was winning the average, and they bucked him after the rodeo, not even part of the show. So the fun thing is, I bring this up because the fun thing is we talk about those things on this show. But the performances, however, you know, through 9 nights of the NFR, there were only 3 different barrel racer winners because those 3 were so good. And, you know, Cody Ohl coming out, wiping him out. Shane Hanchey, a good friend of ours. It's just been spectacular.
You know, let's talk about Cody Ohl and last night. There's got to be some rule change, and that's another huge controversy. There's got to be some rule changes or something, because that cat, I mean, it was just horrible, and it wasn't his fault.
Timed events have always been that luck of the draw thing, and Cody Ohl last night had a calf that I don't know what the answer is. He barely broke the neck rope when he on the barrier. He walked out, really took away Cody's chance to do anything. And I don't know what the answer is, but maybe it's the discretion of the Wrangler Pro official to say that calf wasn't suitable for competition. Would that be? I don't know.
You know, and they were talking about it earlier. They said that calf was having some problems in the earlier rounds too, and they were watching that calf, and they were watching, you know, looking at the notes, and they said that calf had always had problems. So you think that they would have some, because they have 5 reride you know?
Right. Too easy, I guess, huh? How's that?
You know, and then something that they don't talk about either is the bullfighters. Mm-hmm. All right? You're coming to the most prestigious rodeo at the PRCA, the National Finals Rodeo, and it's probably a rodeo that they get paid dang near the least at.
Yeah, actually, that's a fact. For the money they go home with, it's as cheap, lowest they do. And the bull riders actually all got together, pitched in $1,000 a piece, and divided it amongst the 3 bullfighters because they respect what they do. And I've been involved with people coming to the guys I work with, Shorty, Frank, Jesse, and fans who aren't as educated say, hey, did the bull riders after a show ever come and spot you 100 or something for a good save? And they always say, no, we're paid well for what we do, and they know that. And so the place I work, I'll say, it's not an issue, and it shouldn't be an issue. These 3 bullfighters here are as good, the best team I've seen here in quite a while. With all due respect to everybody else, I mean it as, I say team, the way they work together. And so that's, you know, this is they call it the World Series, and maybe, you know, those guys, it pays less now than it did when I was here, actually, for what it's worth. Yeah.
You know, and we were watching your show yesterday, Alexis's show, and Boyd was on.
Oh yeah.
You know, boy, he doesn't hold back, and
No.
and you know, and he talked about the professional sports and the following and everything else, and he says that the PRCA and professional rodeo has got to do something. Let's just recap that conversation.
Yeah, and Boyd, I got to credit Boyd. You know, he's on the inside. He's working pro rodeos, but he's not afraid to speak out. But he makes a good point about when you talk about a pro football game. I know this was I got in on a little of that conversation. It's Manning against Brady in the NFL, and then it's the Patriots and the Broncos. We don't quite have that, and it comes back to the example I gave. Shane Proctor, one of the most popular bull riders. I'm talking PRCA, PBR, all the way around. And he's 5 of 6 bulls at that point. He's a former world champion. He gets a re-ride, and somebody feels like there's no time, and he bucks in front of an empty arena after the rodeo, after they close out the show. And we don't have Aaron Rodgers throw passes after the show in Lambeau Field. If we want to do that, we got to stick to our guns. Don't put a front that, hey, we're trying to build Cowboys as stars and then do that. I don't fall for it. And I'm not trying to be critical. Maybe it's day 10. Maybe I'm bitter. But no, it's a fact, and I'm not afraid to speak up either. I don't really have a dog in the hunt, so to speak. But if you want to hear some great opinions, and I've had him on my radio show, Boyd Paul Amos is a good one to talk to.
He sure is. And, you know, it's been up close and personal for the fans here the last 10 days on especially your show Outside the Barrel, where, you know, not even that, but musical artists, Nashville recording artists are on there. Cody Johnson, Easton Corbin, you know, all those guys. What a special time, and we hope to see you again here next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. And Mo Bandy, how about him?
Wasn't that awesome?
With Justin McBride. Yeah. So, well, we'll probably be here next year, and we'll keep working at it, make it better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Hetland here with the Rodeo Round Up backstage with the legendary Flint Rassmussen at your 2013 Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Thanks, bud.